All right, folks, how you doing? Captain Jack here. Having some technical difficulties. I don't know why my intro won't play. Hopefully, you can hear me. I'm going to look to do the settings here. I'm hoping that the audio is working. Looks to be working. Thank goodness. Camera looks to be working as well. There were some issues with my with the cameras. Okay, one camera is working. I'm gonna try this one. I hope I don't screw it up. But okay, yeah, that one works too. So there's still some things that are not working, but I'll play it by ear. But we'll go back to this one again, hoping that everybody can see me and hear me. I'm gonna look for comments here. Yeah, we'll definitely. If you want to come in and talk about it, and I actually have the game on again right now. It's playing on the NFL Network. What bullshit, right? What bullshit. Chris Lentz said she said the last play of the game was rigged. I mean, it was, and that's why I said it was disheartening. It was disheartening to see after all the BS that we had gone. It was disheartening to see that we lose on what could be, I don't know if they would say it'd be rigged, but I would say that I'm really, really pissed off about it. I'm really pissed off about it because, again, I am on record stating that I want to see the Raiders play well. I want to see the Raiders play well, and I was very happy with that. And other than, my goodness, when is our kicking game? When has our kicking game really let us down? I mean, I know Carlson's missed maybe one field goal at the that we needed, and then, but he missed three field goals. One was short. Actually, that was he didn't put his full foot into it because we one was short. I think that was the second one. The first one he missed to the left. He drove through and he missed it. And then the second one, when he was short, it wasn't like he had connected quite what he needed to connect with. And then the third one, he divoted it. He like chunked it. He chunked it. And it was upsetting. It was upsetting. I want to say thank you to, or welcome to, Matt Bouchane is here. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a decent Thanksgiving. I had some good food yesterday. It was smaller than normal, but it's because we do both Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so the menu wanted to make sure that we didn't have basically the same menu items. So yesterday we had turkey. Christmas we're going to have ham, otherwise known as zebra if you're Jewish. We had scalloped potatoes yesterday. We're going to have macaroni and cheese for Christmas. The vegetables will be probably different. We had green beans yesterday, a little bit of fried rice, and we had our Hawaiian bread, which was good. I think for Christmas, I'm going to make the Red Lobster biscuits. I'll make those. And but yeah, I can't wait for Christmas. And it would, one of these things, like I said, hey Ken, how you doing? Good to see you as well. Ken Clark's been a reliable viewer on my show for quite a while. Yeah, and Robert Pena says that you know, Brock Bowers played AOC, played with AOC 12, played well, but Carlson, yeah, it was weird to see that. The defense was awesome overall, and I agree with Jeff. We outplayed them all around. And kick, I like to see I like to see the total stats. I haven't seen the total stats, but still. But the last thing, and again, if there was a penalty of the snap, if he it was the snap, it was like so that they're in motion or whatnot. But for them to say, well, that was okay, and then they did get the fumble. So in that respect, it were correct. The Kansas City got the fumble. But if the snap was for being an illegal snap, then the play should have been wiped, right? The play should have been wiped. I have an issue with that. I'm going to definitely talk. We're going to have a big discussion on that next Wednesday, NFL Nation Live. NFL Nation Live. And massive Raiders should have had a chance for a field goal. I agree. If there was a penalty on the offense, then and they said there was no runoff. Maybe if it was like a 10-second runoff because we had no timeouts left, then we should have had on the ball. We could have been able to snap the ball and kick the field goal. And I agree. Fuck the refs. And Jess said all the stats are in our favor. And Chris, thank God. I know tomorrow. So I was looking. So where's the Gators game? I forgot today's Friday. It's going to be out tomorrow. And yeah, did the Flyers beat the Rangers? Good. Fuck the Rangers too. All right. And if you're over on Instagram, thank you for being on Instagram. I don't see who's here. Raider Voorhees, Silver and Black Designs is here. Stray Cats. I'm over Max. Okay. With the Max try. Nando Faux Show. Cat Highland, Silver and Black. Hey, hello to you as well. Lunatic Father of 8, Mr. Raider 72. J Vince 19. A Donovan 09. The last call was bullshit. Yep. And I made my own delicious hen. Oh, okay. Tomorrow we'll have a taste of my first turkey. Cool. And making apple dumplings. Wow. Silver and Black Designs, where are you? And can you send some to me? Can you send some to me? That sounds wonderful. Hippie Thug, Iram 1970, and Raider Tex over there on Instagram. Thank you for being there. If you're on Instagram, I can see your comments on Instagram. I just can't put them over on YouTube. So if you can, I can't. Yeah, studio problems. Crap. Let me try to see if I can get that fixed, because it wasn't working. Okay, but because the studio's on, that sucks. If you are, I'll put it in a let's see here. I can make. Wow, I can't make any. Oh, I can make a banner. Okay. Why is that? Okay, so that's working. Okay. Okay. There we go. Put it there. Watching Facebook. Come on over. Yep. I can make that. There we go. I'll put it on the ticker. Same comment. Put it on the ticker. If you are watching anywhere, please come over to YouTube so I can see all of your comments. Thank you. I can see your comments this way. If you're on Instagram or any of the other things, please come over to YouTube. Oh, okay, Sylvia Marie, Silver and Black Designs. Okay, thanks, Sylvia, for coming over. Yeah, thanks again on that. Never shipped out apple dumplings. I have to consult the shipping pros when it comes to shipping dessert. Okay, thank you. That's awesome. If you can, get with me. Get with me if you can. If you can't, I understand. That sounds awesome. Yeah, and I agree with this. I agree. It's not the center's fault. There was miscommunication. And Fresno Raiderette, do you have my number? Do you have my number? I'll put my phone number in here. You can actually call me. Raider Text says great game, horrible ending. I agree, Raider Text. If you can, I said if you're on Instagram, pop over here. If here, folks, I am. Let me, Sylvia. I'm going to give you. I'm putting it out there, so you guys will have my people that are watching. Oh, you know what? I can give my Yahoo number. I can give my Yahoo number, and hopefully, or I would also. I'll give you my email. Okay, there's my Yahoo number. Text me on my Yahoo number, please, Sylvia. And that's my email, captainjackrackham@gmail.com. Do that. The Yahoo number, I don't mind, is out there, but please, if you can, call me on my Yahoo, or text me on my Yahoo, or hit me up on my email. I would love that. Thanks, Ed. I still got things to do on it. It's almost all ready. There's still a little bit of, bits of like some of the stuff behind me, I still got to straighten out. The stuff in front of me, I wanted to show you the stuff in front of me, but my camera that faces that way, for some reason, is not responding. I think I might have to, redo, or reboot the computer, because I have a camera that actually shoots that way. It shoots out there. You can see the TV. You can see the Raider tree, which I got to put a few things up. And it's all, like I said, it's almost all ready to go. I will be working on it this week. Nando, for sure, how I met you a couple years back when you umpired our charity softball game in Austin. Oh, okay, I remember that, Nando. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me here on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, great. And Sylvia, like I said, yeah. Sylvia, hit me up until after you're live, or text me on that number, and I will see if it goes. Like I said, it should go to my phone. It should go to my phone. We'll see. In fact, I will put the if you text me on that Yahoo number, it should go to my phone. Well, we'll see. But anyway, that would be awesome. Apple dumplings? Wow. And Ed, thanks for that. Okay, good. I'm glad. Hey, I'm glad Matt Marinovich is saying this, because there's a first reference. This false start would kill the play. No come arrest group together, talk and say illegal shift, and the penalty can be declined by Casey. Yes, thank you. I was wondering if I didn't hear that right. I'm like, if it's a false start, then the play's dead. If it's a false start, then the play's dead. Oh, I cannot wait to get a hold of Ref Guru. Yeah, here's the 55-yard. This is the one that was shanked. This is the one that was shanked in the third quarter. So the first one, so he shanked one, he divoted one, and then the other one was short. So yeah, that's bullshit. Not really, and I'm not blaming AOC on this one. It was he was looking, or he did say to that the play was there, and then Parham hits the center to stop the play, but AOC 12 was looking over, his receivers weren't set. That's the thing. He was making sure that the receivers were set. They were not set. It should have been a false start, which means the play is fucking dead. Excuse my French for the ladies out there from Sylvia. That's just it pisses me off. And I'm gonna let this know because I put it in there. I put it in there. As long as played well, as long as the Raiders played well, and showed up, I would accept. Oh, okay. Well, you're a lady, honey, and I don't know I don't know if you've ever seen my shows or not. I don't know. But this is, normally I don't have shows on Friday. The only reason why I'm having a show tonight is in fact, I'm gonna get a hold of. Hang on. I'm gonna let Alex know. He is my buddy. Actually, I might get a hold of Bigler too. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see, Bigler. Okay, well, I guess I got to look it up via KC. Wow. Where is mine? Well, I thought Biggs was in here. Okay, maybe Alex is in here. I have a system that Alex. There we go. Hey, Alex, I'm doing a show right now. If you can, hit me up on my YouTube. Go ahead and go to my YouTube, please. It'd be great. If you're not busy with the wife, you can come on in. Thanks again. Hopefully that gets sent. Hey, Alex, I'm doing a show right now. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that's been sent. Now, Robert. Maybe I'm looking up under the wrong thing. So Robert. I thought I had Robert Bigler. Wow, I thought, because Bigler is the Casey Rob. Is that it? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna send him a message. Hey, Rob, if you can, I am doing a YouTube show. You can pop in. It'd be great to talk with you. This is Captain Jack. So hopefully you will get that. So two Kansas City people that I would want to talk to. And again, if it's not just me. So let's see, ratings wars in the betting, please. Okay, ratings wars in the betting markets. Yes, true. The right tackle slapped the center on his butt. It wasn't. It was the right guard. If it was the right tackle, that guy has some really long arms. Here's the thing, and the Radler called it, and good to see you there, Radler. Radler says it's bullshit. It was, but here's the thing, Why is this not moving? Okay, there it is. The issue is this, as far as I know, is O'Connell said he was getting things ready and he was doing this and he was looking over. The receivers were not set. So he was looking to make sure that the receivers were set. They were not set. There was a signal that was sent that to Parham. Parham taps JPJ, which that means that the snap should be coming. So that's miscommunication right there. That's miscommunication right there. So O'Connell wasn't ready for the snap, which is why it was fumble. But if it's procedure, because the procedures weren't there, and even Matt Marinovich says it was originally called a false start, right? Then they said that it was something else. That's the bullshit. After last week's game, I'm beginning to agree with that. It's rigged, scripted, joker representation. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. There you go. False start equals dead ball. Dead ball foul. They drop them 5. They drop them 5. And it's not even a clock run off because it happened before or as the clock was running. The receivers were moving. There you go. So if it's a false start, it's fucked up. And here it is as well. And thank you there. Ruben knows it. They figured out a way to fuck the Raiders. They figured out a way to fuck the Raiders. And the Raiders were winning, man. They were winning. Over there on Instagram, that one Chingona, thank you for being here. The New York Raider Booster Club, that's Jeff LaFontaine over there on Instagram as well. J Diddy 187 is over there. 6 no que no 6 no que no dos joined. Las Vegas Sock Chick. I guess Las Vegas Sock Chick 702. Hi, if you're here, pop on over to Instagram. Or not, sorry. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, or sorry, let me get this right. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, if you can, come on over to YouTube. I can see all your comments. I'm going back and forth here. And this way, I won't miss any comments. So that's what I'm going to go do this, move this over. Maybe I can see some of the comments here. We'll go from there. So yeah, if you have a comment, we'll go there. This way I can see all your comments. Thank you. Okay, good. I got this right. Anyway, they had a chance to win last week's as well. Yeah, they did. They did. Peggy Holmes is convinced that they had no chance at all. But this is an offense that when it runs the ball, okay, if O'Connell didn't clap, if O'Connell didn't clap, then it is on JPJ. And I agree with this, the Riddler. And please, somebody have bail money for me. Because if I can remember what Sterator looks like, I probably will need bail money because I'm going to clock his ass. Maybe I won't, but I would be prone to clocking his ass. Okay. But Al Michaels, I know I will probably most likely clock his ass. So somebody have bail money for me because that'll be assault. Now, I've never been arrested Never been arrested in my life, but I would probably be arrested for assault on that one. O'Connell was looking around to get the wide receivers back in the post. Okay, and Bed says in the post-game interview, AOC 12 said it was his fault and he shouldn't have clapped. Okay. O'Connell didn't clap. Okay, so it's we don't know. We got to figure out what it is. Okay. Raider Way, thank you for being here. O'Connell was blaming himself. He was not clapping. Okay. It's we can all agree. We can all agree it was miscommunication. We can all agree it was miscommunication. Wouldn't this team be so much better had Aiden O'Connell been the starting quarterback from jump? And you know what? I'm going to take a bow. I'm going to take a bow because I said Aiden O'Connell should be the quarterback of the Raiders. He should be the quarterback of the Raiders because Gardner Minshew is a plug-and-play, come off the bench guy. Come off the bench guy. And he should be just that. And that's the point. And yes, he got injured against the Chargers? No, it wasn't the Chargers. What team did he get injured on? When they hit his, yeah, I see it's probably coming. I saw it over in my phone. I will look at it. Raiders till death. I don't see why the fuck we start. Yes, thank you. I don't know. And Nando is got. Oh, thank you for that. Nando's going to get my bail money if I ever clock fucking Al Michaels. If I ever clock Al Michaels and I'm put in jail, thank you, Nando. And I agree with this too. The game calling was good. And by the way, O'Connell was moving around. Was he got sacked a few times because he's not as mobile, but he's moving around, and he needs to do more of that. He's not the most nimble guy, but he was moving around. Chris Jones got him a couple times from the end when he was playing end, when he moved out to play end. When he was in the middle, he was being double teamed and he didn't do anything. So this is, and I will say this. I am on record stating that I didn't like the presence of Antonio Pierce. I'm on record. And I was also on record in saying that all of this stat. Oh, 2 for 7. Oh, Dairy Queen. Wow. 2 for 7 double cheeseburgers. Fuck, I'll get my ass over. I'll do that. Do that tomorrow. I like Dairy Queen. They're good. The point is that wouldn't it have been great had this team had some, not the injuries that they had. And Peggy's saying that the Scott Turner is a shitty play caller. I don't agree with that. Peggy did say that the decision of who the next OC will be with Antonio Pierce. I don't know what it is. It must be subliminal, but I yawn on my shows. But he will need to make the decision. And the team is still playing for Antonio Pierce. They are. They're playing for him. They haven't given up yet. And I will say that if they continue to play like this, they're playing the Bucks. I live in Tampa. I can't stand the fake fucking Pirates. It would be nice. It would be nice to beat the fucking Tampa Bay fucking fake Pirates. For me, because I fucking live here. And I have to deal with their fucking shit for 4 years at a time. Oh, Brady beats your ass. I know. It was close. If you remember, it was a close game, and then the Buccaneers blew it open at the very end. So the score was like a 2.5 or 3 touchdown score, and it was, it wasn't. It was a close game, but the final score wasn't as close. Okay, we'll go back to what the JPJ, he was rookie with that as a dead ball. Frank, they should have had a chance. That I agree with. And our cornerback, who is the rookie, needs to learn to fucking turn around. If he turns around, they don't have all these defensive pass interference. And yeah, Turner's doing well. They're what shitty playbook. You think we should fire AP or keep him? Me, I want to. Okay, Raiders. I don't know. It depends upon. It depends upon if they have a coach that is worthwhile. If you have a great coach waiting in the wings, like I would say Mike Vrabel. If you have a Mike Vrabel that's ready to come in and coach, or if you had a guy, and I'm going to throw his name out there, there's no chance of it. But let's say you had Nick Saban. He ain't going to do it. Let's just say that Nick Saban was available and wanted to coach the Raiders. I'm not going to say Belichick. If you had somebody like Nick Saban that said he'd come in and he'd build the staff and he would bring coaches with him. Mike Vrabel is out there. Give me another really good coach. If that guy wanted to come in and coach, or Johnson from the Lions. Although Miss Peggy's going to say he doesn't have any experience. Well, the thing is, it's like, if you, how do you get experience other than getting on the job? Andy Reid didn't have any experience as a head coach when he was hired, and he's done pretty well. He's gone to Super Bowls with the Eagles along with the Chiefs. Look it up. So it depends upon the coach. If there is a great coach that is available, then yeah, and he wants to come in with the staff, sure, I can do that. But right now, and I do agree with that to a point that they're playing for themselves, and maybe not playing for AP. Matt wants to give AP and Turner another year. I agree. Richardson is killing us, man. But he's a rookie. But he needs to fucking turn around. He needs to learn to turn around. So I'm kind of like this. They should have won today. Is there anybody, by the way, thank you for liking. Thank you for liking and sharing. And share it up with everybody. Tell people we're on live. I normally do not do a show on Friday, but I did one because of the game today. Eric the Enemy is OC. That would be unique. I'm going to put up the link if anybody wants to come in. Yeah, Richardson is a rookie, and I think he's got a lot of upside. If you want to come into the show, see here, come into the show, hit the link. Then I'll put the link up. And I paste. Okay, here it is. I'm going to put this up. If you want to come into the show, please do. We should have won, or at least won. Yes, well, and Marshall, man, I agree. It was the officials that fucked that one up. Officials fucked that one up. Come into the show, hit the link. If you're on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. You're gonna have to poke it in yourself. You can't hit the link. But I want to have people pop in and talk. This game needs to be discussed. This game needs to be discussed. Oh my God, it needs to be discussed. So hit the link. I'm here as an extra. I'm here because I can be here. Raiders just scored the touchdown to make it 16-all, and with the kick, they would go up 17-16, and then lose by a field goal, 19-17. Oh my God. Things you can and cannot say to a Brit? Okay. Sure, the king and queen are part of that. And if not for anything else, we see that the Kansas City Smugs should not make it through the playoffs. If they do make it, it's because the NFL, the fucking rigged National Football League, is going to do it so they can get their three-peat. That's the only thing I can see. That's the only thing I can see. And that's a good question as well. If Aiden O'Connell continues to play well behind this patchwork offensive line, seriously, I think our first round pick should be the best offensive tackle or offensive guard available. Seriously, right? I think that. But I can also see this as well. If you get that franchise quarterback, and let him sit and watch. I have no problem with O'Connell. I really don't. And I've said that. Aiden O'Connell has the wherewithal to be the starting. He's not going to outrun you. He's statuesque. He's not fleet of foot. He's not fleet of foot, but he can win you some. Hey, Ken Thompson just joined. Good to see you, Ken. Pop in. Hey, Ken, if you can, go over to you. If you're not busy, I don't know, Ken, are you busy? Are you doing a show right now, Ken? Ken Thompson from SportsX Radio. Good to see you. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Ken, if you can, are you able to? Are you able to pop in and contract wise? I don't want to do anything that would be that you're not able to, but I'd love to see Ken Thompson in here. good to see as well. I say we take Woodson 2.0. Oh, if you're talking about Hunter, he's going to be gone. Travis Hunter is going to be gone. But if there's a quarterback that's I say we need the best tackle available. We need to take tackles and guards, and our free agency needs to be tackles and guards. Seriously. Depends where. Yeah, it does. Depends on where you're up in the draft. Well, if we're not number one, Travis Hunter is going to be gone. Travis Hunter is going to be gone. And here's the other thing: if we pick up T. Higgins in free agency, we don't need Travis Hunter. Seriously, if we pick up T. Higgins, then we need the best quarterback or tackle, or even Jante, the running back. Well, we need the offensive line or a quarterback. That should be our first round pick. Yeah, and the Giants are going to take a quarterback. Probably. Giants should have beat Dallas the other day. Ken. The link, okay, how do I get the link is if you look up in the comments where it says StreamYard, I'll put it again. Let me see here. Oh my goodness, Ken, I fucked up. I hit the share button, and I shouldn't have hit the share button. Ken, and it's still live. I don't want to refresh. I don't want to refresh. Hopefully we're still live. Hopefully we're still live. If you see these, or come over to YouTube, Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Yeah, okay, good. I see it's still going. I don't want to hit refresh on the Instagram feed. I fucked up. I hit the wrong thing. So I don't want to hit refresh. Hopefully that's still, if you're still live, if you can still see me on Instagram, please make a comment, please. But if you see where it says StreamYard.com / let's see here, little I 88, little N 794, little H 86. So if you can see that, Mahomes joined on Instagram. Thank you there, Mahomes. Probably a Kansas City fan. Raiders show up a lot of cap. Yeah, we got a shit ton of cap space. In fact, you know what? I will, Ken, because I got Ken's number. I will fat finger. I will fat finger. I will fat finger the link. Oh, wow. Ken, no. K-E-N. Ken, there we go. Ken Thompson. Okay. I will fat finger the link to you, Ken. It is StreamYard.com / okay. I 88 November 794 H 86. Hopefully that'll be the correct link. Yep. So Ken, if you're still here, I sent you the link. Hopefully you can come in. Richard Davis. If you get some vets on the offensive line, you know, tackles and guards. I think the Vegas Warriors played a much better game, and yeah, Jeff Langham, I agree. Twan's over there on Instagram. Twan, come on over to YouTube, brother. There's the link. Okay, yeah. I will put it in again for those. Unfortunately, if you're on Instagram, and I can't once I get to Instagram, I hit something and I'm hoping that the Instagram feed is still, I think it's still live, but it's dark. I can see comments, but I can't interact and do any more comments on Instagram. I can't. And what is it, Sylvia Marie? Hopefully you can pop in and hit my number. You can do that immediately. Vegas Raiders, I wish they could win today. They did it. Yes, I agree. But if you can, hit the link, pop in. I'm here. Hey, I got nothing else to do. But this game hurt. Right now, the Chiefs are they're in like their first and goal with 11 minutes to play. And then we stop them. They get a field goal. They are up 19-17. And we have a missed field goal, and then they get the ball back and we turn it over. They turn it over to us again, and we drive down the field. And by the way, I was looking at Jenkins's uniform. His jersey is jacked up. His jersey is jacked up. Like, it's got to have been holding, right? They didn't call any holding on him. AGNB Day. AOC with a competent play caller is different. I agree, Raider Tex. Oh, and we are going to be joined by the Raidler, who, if you don't remember, was with me on our last and he was with me for the last after game show. Please come into the show. I'm going to bring him on so we can get some of his words. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Captain?
I am good. And I got Ken Thompson. Hey, Ken, hey, Raidler?
Yes,
I'm gonna back you out. I'm gonna get Ken Thompson on because I'm not sure because he might be doing a show. So I want to get him in here. Don't go away. I'm gonna get you right back in here, okay?
No problem, Captain.
Okay, sounds good. We're gonna go over and get my buddy Ken Thompson on here. A professional media guy. I just like to say that I play one, or I was in a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Come on, Captain. Don't sell yourself short, my man. Nobody can critique the silver and black like the captain.
Well, if you listen to Miss Peggy, she says I'm all wrong. This is my question to you, Ken. I want a whole new staff in here. And Peggy wants to keep AP. We had a very heated discussion on it. I said, with the right coach and staff, there's no reason why you can't give that coach incentive to come to Vegas to coach. Now, Peggy, and Peggy's very smart too. I don't know if you know Peggy Holmes, very smart lady, but she says, keep AP and get, tinker underneath. I said, okay, well, if you tinker underneath, maybe you get some coaches in there. And they played well today. But as somebody was saying, I don't know whether they were playing for themselves or they were playing to keep AP. I don't know anymore. What are your thoughts on that, Ken?
Well, first off, if you can't get up for, the history of the Chiefs and Raiders, I mean, you're a 2-9 team. You're going in there. You're the last team to beat them there on Christmas. You can make it into this holiday type thing, man. Hey, beat them Christmas, beat them Black Friday. Look, Aiden O'Connell played really well. They had opportunities. You find some guys, that you don't realize. Amir Abdullah, I mean, the guy's 10th year. He still has speed like when he was back in Nebraska. So, he's a great receiver out of the backfield, underused. So you're seeing some stuff. But as far as AP, look, I like the motivator guy, the rah-rah guy that's going to get you up, that's going to get in your face. But that wears off when you start losing. When you start losing consecutive games over and over again, and the way the coaching is on the field, listen, you have to be ready. Like, there's no reason that you're taking a timeout to take the punter off and bring the field goal kicker on. That should have been made. That timeout should never have been used. There's no reason for, you have to know, okay, this is what we're doing if I get first down. This is what I'm doing if I come up short. This is what I'm doing. Every scenario has got to be played out. And AP 3 or 4 times now during the year, whether it's on his own territory or fourth down on their territory or inside the 5-yard line, fourth down, we're going to kick a field goal with not much time left. You've got to know that stuff. And if you don't know it, you best have that guy right in your ear that lets you know and makes you look smart, right? You got to have that Ed McMahon for Johnny Carson. You better have that guy. If you don't have that guy, then you're on an island by yourself. You're Darrelle Revis. You better make the play. And he's failed several times. I like him as a motivator. And, of course, the skeleton started coming out of the closet in Arizona as far as what went on during the dead COVID time with his recruiting policies. And none of that was discovered or known by Mark Davis until after. And he stepped up. He's the one that stepped up on the burning ship and kind of put McDaniels and that regime in their place and said, look, we're not doing it the freaking Patriot way. We're doing it the Raider way. And so that was good. It was what we needed at the time. There's that piece of AP that you like, and you like the Compton, NWO, you like all that stuff. That's great. But at the end of the day, if you don't know what you're doing, X's and O's, I can't have you as my head guy. I could keep you on the staff, but you're not my head guy.
Thank you. Now, see, I wanted to make sure that it's not me being that I want to run them out of town, tarred and feathered, and then set on fire with all. No. Like I said, I like AP's motivation. I like John Gruden's motivation. Okay, same type of thing. Rah, get in your face, get you motivated to do shit. Gruden is like that, but Gruden is too conservative for me. When it comes down to getting the team to play at the very end, he'll get like a 21-point lead and take his foot off the gas, and we'll lose by 1 or 2 with John Gruden, okay? And that's Gruden 1.0, and a little bit at the end of Gruden 2.0, it was the same thing. Like I said, I like AP's charisma. I like that people want to play for him, but I don't like the way that he calls games, or he's inexperienced, which is why he has people on the staff with Marvin Lewis and Rob Ryan and Joe Philbin and with Tom Coughlin helping him out. He had those guys because he needs them. But if he needs them and he's still making those bad decisions, and thank you for saying that, we took a timeout off the board that we could have used at the very end, because they said, well, we're going to put, no, we're going to kick. And the field goal didn't go through. And Carlson, my God, I love Carlson, but man, he 1 for 4 today. And just one of those that we needed.
Let me weigh in one thing here. Here's the thing with me.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
in Carlson's range at the end. It's a 50-yarder. I get it. But we know that's well within his range. Outdoors, not like a big breeze coming in his face. We're okay there. So what do? You don't line up in shotgun. Reason being, you don't want to risk losing 3 or 4 yards, because then it's 53, 54-yarder if you get sacked on the shotgun, right? If they blitz on the corners, you're screwed, right? So I'm taking that ball under center. And all I'm doing, I need somebody. If it's not O'Connell, because you don't want him to get hurt, but why can't other teams do the Jalen Hurts shit? There's got to be someone on your squad that's strong enough that can have a freaking flak jacket on. And if they're going to let you do this rugby shit, then take advantage. Why is Philly the only one that can do it? Get under center and have them push you 3-4 yards. Then it's a 46-yarder. Then we got Carlson. There's no problem. It should be made, but we're not risking, number one, turning over the ball, and we're not risking a loss of yardage. Cut the bull crap out. Go forward, right? Worst case scenario, you get stopped, you get nothing, and then it's a 50-yarder. I'll take my freaking chances with Carlson as a 50-yarder because at least on the final play of the game, I have a chance to win the game. Instead, I never even got that opportunity. And that's what pisses off Raider fan. We don't give a crap about near misses or covering a spread right now. We need to win a game. And this could have been one of those motivating games like say, hey, look, I know everything's gone wrong, but the glass is still half full. Why? Because we beat the best team in their house 2 years in a row. And they should have beat them today. They played their asses off. O'Connell played well. They made some mistakes, some boneheaded mistakes. And again, coaching mistakes, you've got to have that time clock down. You've got to have this strategy down the stretch. If you're not the guy, because we get it, maybe you're not that guy. And AP, I love you, but you've proven 3 times prior to this game that you're not the guy to make those decisions. Nobody kicks a field goal when you're inside the 5-yard line and you're down 8 late. You go for it, okay? It's bottom line. And inside their territory, they're 41, 4th down. We're not punting and hoping, because if you punted today and you had the punter on the field, you're giving Patrick Mahomes the ball and he needs 1 first down. Okay, yeah, forget about it, all right? And you got Kelsey who kills you anyway, so you're not giving – so you're smart enough you did that, but you had to burn a timeout and then to get Carlson on the field. That shit should already been set. And the 3rd down play should have been under center, 50-yard. I'm going off tackle. I'm bringing in, give me somebody like my boy over there, Taysom, over there at New Orleans, right? You got that jackknife guy. Give me that guy that can take a snap under center and go 3-4 yards off tackle one way or the other, or do the Jalen Hurts shit and get him pushed 3, 4, 5 yards. Great. And then the last play of the game, what is it? It's a Carlson field goal attempt. And if we miss, we miss. But at least we had a chance to win it on the final play. Instead, something's botched like that. And that's what's embarrassing. You're all the way there. You're about to freaking get in there again and burn their ass. And you screwed it up. And it just leaves a bad taste in our mouth.
Thank you. And I hope to remember all of those points when I discuss this with Peg, because we do a show every 2 weeks. It's called the Raiders Report Card with Peggy. Peggy's very, very knowledgeable, and we go over things as well. And I said, I'm not so much, fuck Antonio Pierce, but I'm saying, partner, right now you don't have what it takes. Mm-hmm. You don't have what it takes to be the head coach. If you want to continue to be a advisor under somebody that wants to keep you, and normally you don't, and I don't ever remember any head coach being demoted and kept. I don't remember that. But if Mark wants to, hey, we're paying you anyway, and okay, and we want to keep you as an advisor or a motivator or whatever the fuck. Sorry, you want to call him. Great.
Let's move him over to defense. It's what he knows. He won a Super Bowl with the Giants. Yeah. He knows defense. He knows the linebacking position. Let him help out there. He'll be another assistant. Jesus, we got enough assistants, but you're right. He's on payroll. You're going to get your salary. We're going to finish paying you, but we're going to work something out if you want to stay a Raider. You say you love a Raider. You grew up in Compton, all that. That's great. You're a Raider. We're going to keep you Raider. Number one, you can't go back to college football for 8 years because of what happened at ASU. And number two, nobody else is going to grab you now because you're not going to be head coaching material. They're going to only sign you as maybe a linebackers coach, maybe an assistant DC. But we like your motivation, so stay here, be part of the ship. We're going to build it and move forward. But we need somebody that can be authoritative and can have those decisions ready and made and tailor-made down the stretch of games so we don't give games away. You know why? Because it's hard enough to even freaking win a game. But when you give 2 or 3 or 4 games a year away, then you're in a lot of trouble if you're the silver and black.
And, I got to do, this is not a golf clap. This is a fucking, I couldn't have said it better, but you did it, Ken. And I'm so glad that I saw you on Instagram and that you came in. I know and you hit the link on the phone, and I fat fingered that because I know I wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. I'm glad it worked. And again, for those folks that do not know,
I appreciate you because I'm technologically challenged. So all of a sudden you said my name. I'm like, wait, Captain knows I'm on. All right, cool. So I was going to call in, and then I'm like, wait, okay, StreamYard. I know my brother-in-law Zach Wild. He uses StreamYard, with his Zach Sabbath tour, and now he's doing all that other stuff. He's doing the Pantera reunion and everything. So, in fact, we're going to see him next week in Vegas. But you always says StreamYard, YouTube, StreamYard. So I'm like, oh, no, now I got to figure this stuff out by myself. And then I saw, okay, when I went to StreamYard, it said the best thing to do is go to your laptop. So I'm like, screw it. Let me go to the laptop. You sent me that link. and I was able to get in. And I'm sorry to bump the other guy because I know I was listening to him too, and I'll go back and listen to him. But I'm just glad I got to talk to you, Captain.
Well, first off, I'm going to bring him on, and this is the Radler. This is my buddy that was doing the show with me. There he is.
What's up, Ken?
How you
He
doing,
was
my
with
man?
me. There we go.
Doing good.
And
Doing good.
he's a lot more dressy. He had on his Radler outfit. So I want to make sure, Ken Radler, Ken. And as I said, we have a real professional on. We have Ken Thompson
That's
of
awesome.
Sports X Radio that knows his shit. Now I know my shit, but I am in. Like I said, I slept at the Holiday Inn Express, and I'm glad that somebody with real chops comes in and expresses their opinion. And Ken, like I said, I will definitely keep FCC tongue. If you ever want to pop in and say, hey, we need a guest again, I'll pop in again because I love being on Ken's show. And for those that don't know, Sports X Radio in Vegas, Ken Thompson, that's the guy. And if you're not following him, you're wrong. You're wrong not following him. Go ahead, Ken.
I appreciate you, Captain. You know me. I'm an NFL guy, but I'm a college football, college basketball guy. So in the middle of all this stuff, the great thing I'm watching now is Georgia Tech shutting out Georgia. I mean, 17-0 doesn't get much better than that. Georgia looking ahead, thinking, hey, we're in the SEC championship game. We don't have to stress Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech came to play, right? Haynes King is a blue-collar guy. He's the guy that you want in your foxhole. And right now, Georgia's going like, gosh, dang, man, we're getting our ass kicked at our house in between the hedges. We better wake up. So third quarter just underway, but I think Tech's going to win that game straight up. And what that does is if Georgia loses the SEC championship game, they're out of the playoff because this loss here will devastate them. They will not make it if they lose the SEC title game.
It's got to be hey, Ken. I got spinning circles of death. It's got to be my YouTube, my connection. So apologies there. But that's on TV. Shit, why ain't I watching? I can't wait for tomorrow, Florida State, because as a Gator, listening to all that semi-hole, the Florida State half-asses, yes, I said it, Florida semi-holes, half-asses guy. I can't wait tomorrow for Florida to kick their ass so I don't have to listen to their crap for all the, we should have been in the football championship. Well, you know what? Play all your guys then. And don't say you're saving them for the pros. Have a pair. And again, I'm sorry that hopefully we didn't have. Hopefully people could have heard everything that you're saying. I thank you, sir. You're always now that you know where the channel is because I got the channel. If you pop in, and I will for you, I'll fat finger it, and hopefully I won't screw it up.
Yeah, no, Captain.
And I appreciate you coming in anytime.
Yeah, let me know when you're on. I'd love to come in and talk to you guys. I love it.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of yours. And Radler, it's great to meet you, man. That's cool.
Likewise,
and,
Ken.
Hope to see
Likewise.
you guys out in Vegas, man, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Be blessed, man. And happy Thanksgiving.
You got it. Hey, Ken, you're happy Thanksgiving to you. Ken, are you still in Arizona on Sundays normally?
I am. I'm in Phoenix right now.
From Tucson.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah.
I'm going to see Zach's show down there at the Marquee.
Yeah.
Oh, no, in Tempe, but he's down in Tucson too. But I'm friends with Brian Jeffries, the voice of Arizona Wildcats.
Brian Jeffries, a great guy.
Okay, 34 years. I'll tell you a quick story real quick if you got a quick 3 minutes. So I'm bartending and waiting tables at a place called the Warehouse Restaurant in Marina Del Rey, California, Admiralty Way. It's still there. It's a great place. And so, you have the white shorts, Hawaiian shirt. We're right on the dock and everything. So I had like 4 or 5 tables and I made like a couple $100. So I'm happy. I'm done. I'm out early. They're cutting me. So I'm going home. So my nickname's the Grinch. I'm going up to tell the Shredder, my buddy, that I'll meet him at the keg party in Playa del Rey. So I'm up there. I'm like, he goes, Grinchy, how are you out of here already? I go, man, I made like 200, man. I go, I'll see you down on the beach, man. I'll get a keg. And he goes, all right. So all of a sudden I turn around, I look and I go, holy shit, man. I go, Chris, give me that table. One of the managers, Chris Diamond. I go, Chris, give me that table. He goes, Thompson, you already checked out. He goes, you go home. I go, no, Chris, I'll work that table for free. Give me that table. I saw this white head of hair walking in. It was Lute Olson and Arizona Wildcats. And I was just like, I knew that head of hair right away. So he's like, I go, Chris, I'll work it for free. He goes, no, go down there, check in, and I'll give you the table. So it's 2 women and 12 guys Coach Olson, his wife Bobby Olson. It was her 50th birthday. This is 1989, and then it was Jim Rosborough and his wife, and then 10 other guys or 8 other guys. And so I go out and I check. UCLA is playing Arizona State, and if ASU's 15-point underdogs, but if they upset UCLA, then Arizona moves into first place in the Pac-10. So I go outside, I check the score. I go, hey, coach, just so you know, ASU's up 6 at Pauley at the half. And he goes, really? He goes, he doesn't even get excited. It's just like, so everybody got steak and lobster. They got their salads or soups and appetizers. So I'm clearing everything with my team. I go, coach, I'm going to go grab those surf and turfs. They're looking great. I go, unless you want me to go check that UCLA score. And I start walking to the kitchen, and this guy yells at me. He goes, hey, kid, fuck the dinners, man. Go check that freaking score. So I go out to my car, and I come back, and I go, UCLA came back second half, and this other guy yells out, I knew we couldn't trust the Scum Devils. I go, yeah, but they didn't come back far enough. They still beat the Bruins by 1. And Coach Olson stands up, and he goes, son, you've just doubled your tip. Left me $450, man, $450. It was unbelievable. And so here's the thing.
There
So
you go.
I end up getting into sportscaster camp. So Brian Jeffries is one of the counselors there. And so I tell him that story on the air because he had said he would come on and help out my little 1-hour show on the weekends. And I said, Brian, I say that, and I tell him that story. He goes, I know that story to be true. And I go, I'm sure it was Coach Olson's wife's 50th birthday, and they were there. And he goes, no, Ken, I was at the table. So he was one of the other 8 guys at the table. It was his first year calling U of A, and now he's in his 35th year. He's still there.
He's still there. Times I go to the basketball games, I make it a point to say hello to him.
And Jim
He's a
Livengood.
great guy.
Jim Livengood, the athletic director. That's my boy, too. Jimmy Livengood.
Yes.
And his wife, and his wife, Linda. They're beautiful.
He's at Alabama, correct?
What's that?
Livengood.
Is he? Well, he had retired. He had retired and was just right there in Tucson for a while. So if he went back to Bama, that's crazy.
I'm not too sure. I think he went back into everything.
He's awesome, man. I mean, I call him the Dick Clark of athletic directors. He never ages, that guy. Never ages. That's like in his 70s. He still freaking looks like he's 30.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
man.
I'll be at the football game tomorrow, so I'll see the
All right,
bus
I
slide.
love my favorite player, even though I'm a UFC fan, but my favorite player in the country is Cam Scadaboo, running back for Arizona State. Love this kid. He better be in New York. But because of the way ASU almost botched that game against BYU, they're going to win a close one in Tucson. Take the 9 points. I took the 9 points in Arizona. I think it's going to be very close. I think Arizona's got a chance to beat them. But ASU is a good team, and I like Dillingham. He's a good motivator too.
Yes.
But again, he almost screwed up the end of that game. Like, how are you on the 3-yard line of theirs, and you end up back at midfield where they get a Hail Mary and almost convert it? It's crazy.
Exactly.
Trying to run out the clock, playing not to win, right? Playing not to win. We're not going to win. Unbelievable. Crazy.
Yeah, and T-Mac may have a game of his life again, like he did last time against them. So
that's right.
You never know. He's going to be another one you'll see on draft day.
Night game in Tucson. You never know.
Oh, no, afternoon game.
Oh, is it an afternoon game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, afternoon.
Sure is it 12:30, 1:30? Oh, Arizona.
About 1:30,
Arizona's on their own time, Captain Jack. They don't move their clocks.
We don't move our clocks here.
Mountain time, then they'll go back to Pacific. Crazy. Good stuff.
Hey, Ken, I think the Raiders play the Cardinals next year in Arizona. Am I right on that?
Not positive.
I think they're due for one.
I'm so discouraged. I haven't looked that far ahead.
I think they are due for Arizona trip because they've been by for preseason, but they haven't been by regular season. I'd say about 5 years now, 6 years.
I'd say I'll tell you what. Arizona's well coached. That kid Gannon can flat out coach. Kyler Murray, I thought he was done after he got hurt, and he's not. And they use that big tight end out of Colorado State as well as anybody.
McBride.
So, McBride, he's solid, man. So they got playmakers, and the defense is good. Budda Baker's a freaking stud. You give me Budda Baker in my secondary, I'm a happy camper.
Yes.
Raiders, I love Budda Baker.
Well, I'm just saying, if we do,
perfect Raider.
I agree 100% on that.
If we do go there next year, and I think we do, I need to make sure that I'm going to somewhat invite myself to meet you and the wife and the kids.
Oh, you stay at our house, Captain Jack. You know that.
Okay, well, that's even better. but I definitely want to make sure that I'm there to see you guys there because I know you've always talked about your family, and I don't think I've ever met them, so I wanted to make sure I do that. So yeah, if we do stay in Arizona next year, I would appreciate that. And Ken, obviously, you can come on anytime. Normally, I'm not on a Friday, but because of the game, I'm doing a special show because I had to vent and I had to relax for a little bit, or it would have been a Tourette's fest of effity effity f. But I 2 hours of chilling out. I'm at least now I'm only on like one fuck at a time, so at least I'm good to go there.
Yeah, I've cut down since I moved out of Jersey, but that was in every other sentence occurrence back in the heyday. But the Lord has intervened now, and I'll repent as soon as I get off the air because I did drop a couple F-bombs, which sometimes your passion is there, and so it sometimes gets away from you, and you're so ticked off, like you see the potential, and then things are going awry, but you're like, gosh, we can stop some of it. Some of it's self-inflicted. And like today. And so that's what hurts. You were good enough to win the game today, and to win the game in their house 2 years in a row, that would have said something, would have showed that you at least had heart and soul. And I wanted it for the guys like Max and Spillane and those guys that play every freaking down. They play every down when they're there. And we saw look, Myers played well. I mean, we got this tight end Bowers. This kid is absolutely fabulous. So no matter what happened, we didn't get Penix Jr. Who cares? We got the best tight end of the future for the next 8-10 years, man. This guy's absolutely unbelievable. So we'll find a quarterback. You know why? Because there's a quarterback that's going to want to throw to him. And I'm not dissing Aiden O'Connell. Look, he came back to one game and he got hurt, so he didn't have a chance. And talking to Hondo Carpenter from Sports Illustrated, he said he thought, and they thought, that it was going to be Aiden's job going into the season, but they gave it to Gardner. And so, then he finally gets his chance. He gets hurt, so he's out. The season falls apart because Gardner, is not that starting quarterback. He's a guy off the bench that can come in and help you out, and maybe salvage a couple games here or there. He did it at Jacksonville and Indianapolis, and even had to start a little bit of but he's not a starter right now. Not unless he has a wall of granite. And when you have a wall of granite, you're good. You can grab someone like Jared Goff. You have Jared Goff. He's got a wall of granite. He's going to burn your ass because he's 85% completion ratio when he's got that line with Ragnow. And I saw those guys here against Arizona. I will tell you, even though Detroit struggled and almost gave that game away in the second half yesterday, they are still the real deal in the trenches. And I know they lost Hutchinson, who I doubt will be back. But if they get Anzalone back, they'll be just fine. And getting Zadarius Smith was a nice little key acquisition as well. So right now, Detroit and Buffalo would be my pick for the Super Bowl. KC's still walking on thin air, on threads, basically.
They got exposed even more today.
Yeah, and I think Philly can beat Detroit, but they've got to get home field advantage. They got to get the Lions out of the dome, and I don't think they're going to do that. I think the Lions will be good enough to keep winning and keep the pressure on Philly, and Philly will stumble somewhere, and Detroit will end up with that home field in the first bye, and they get that. To me, and I know there's still plenty of time. You got to keep your signal caller healthy. That's the whole thing. Unless you got a good solid backup, and some of these teams you don't even know who their backup is till he comes in. You're like, oh crap, never planned on our starter getting hurt. So for Detroit, I think they win the Super Bowl or at least get there as long as Goff stays healthy, and then the running tandem. Because Gibbs got to be healthy and Montgomery. Both those guys have to be healthy as well. St. Brown, all those
1-2 punch.
Awesome.
In the trenches, they're sick. Yep. In the trenches, they're ridiculous. Oh, and Georgia scores. Okay, so we're
Ken,
we got ourselves a football game now.
Hey, what channel is that on, Ken?
That's on ABC. ABC.
Okay, so yeah, I'll pop it over because I don't want to watch the end of this game anymore since I already know what the thing is. With the Raiders should have been win. And so, yeah, I got the Georgia game on. So, yep, I got it. So, again, Ken, thank you so much for popping in. And again, you're well. I tell people this, and Radler knows this as well. I tell people this anytime. It's a closet invite, or was it a blanket? Sorry. It's a blanket invite to come in anytime you want to talk about whatever, okay? And I enjoy that because I don't know who's going to come in. So you can pop in anytime there, partner.
Outstanding. I love it. You guys rock, man. And I'll be watching. And Captain, just text me or let me know your schedule. Shoot me an email so I have the schedule so I know when you're on. But like right now, I'd still be on the air myself if it was a normal Friday night, but had the Thursday, Friday off. But other times I'll pop on. If I'm not on, I'd love to come on, even just to take it in, even if I'm doing my notes and stuff for my show, just to listen to you guys.
Oh yeah, and I'll do that because normally it's Thursdays and Sundays are my shows, and then Wednesdays I do shows with other people, and then Tuesdays I do shows with Peggy every other Tuesday with the Raiders report card. I did one today because I needed to, because I was wanting to talk about the game, and Sundays when we have the show. It's the next one will be after a Monday night game, so you'll be doing your show on Monday nights. But after every Raiders game over at Slice of Vegas Pizza, we'll be doing the after game show from there.
Good stuff.
All right, Ken, again, my man. I can say that. I know this guy. My man, Sports X Radio's Ken Thompson. Ken, thanks again for popping in, sir.
Thanks, Captain. You're awesome, buddy.
Thanks, Ken. Pleasure
Later,
talking
Raider.
with you.
All right, the Raidler. I love it, man.
Only in your world. Thanks again,
guys.
Sir. You take
Good night, guys. Good night.
Good night.
care. All right, that's good night. Good night. That's Ken. Man, I love Ken, and I'm so glad that he reminded me. Again, I'm not so I hate Antonio Pierce. It's not that I hate Antonio Pierce. It's that Antonio Pierce is not head coaching material. And I said, okay, yes. We're going to give him an opportunity. We're going to give him an opportunity. And we'll let him ride and die. Well, this year. And because I haven't seen any improvement, it's like, and Peggy's like, well, just keep him and he'll improve. No. And I get this. It says what is it? The definition of what is it? The definition of stupidity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I can't remember the definition of whatever. But if we keep AP next year, we're going to have the same freaking things. He's not going to improve that much. Oh, insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the differing results. No, I like AP. I have no problem with AP as a person. But no, we need improvement. We need a coaching staff that is reliable. And and I appreciate you letting me pop out because I didn't know with Ken's time. I know because he's a broadcaster that you might only have a certain period of time. So I appreciate you doing that for me. Because I almost never say, hey, dude, I'll get back with you, put you on hold for a bit. So I appreciate you. By the way, you're looking very dapper.
Got to go to a party right now, so I figure while my daughter and my wife get ready, I'll jump on.
Well, I appreciate that, and I know you didn't get a chance to really say what you wanted to say. So, floor is yours. Anything that you want to get off your chest.
Good. Everything Ken said was dead on. He's AP is a great motivator. I just think Marvin Lewis needs to be a little more vocal, be in his ear a little more. Like, hey, yeah, listen to me. I did this for 15 years with the same team, and we were playoff contenders every year. So he just needs to be a little more vocal with them. Teach him a little more. He's got Tom Coughlin. He's got a lot to learn from, but he just needs to listen.
And if he's not going to use them, oh my God! Apologies. I always yawn on my shows. I do. I don't think I yawned over at Slice of Vegas, but
no, you did not.
When I do my shows from here and I'm comfortable, I'm in my comfy chair and I got the TV and I'm sitting here. It's got to be subliminal. It's not you. Trust me, it's not you. It's me. Just like I saw that episode today on Seinfeld. It's not you. It's me. I invent. Don't you give me. It's not you. It's me. I invented. It's not you.
It's not you. It's me.
Yeah, but no. The things and again, I said this and I'm on record. I said I want to see the Raiders improve. I want to see a good game out of the Raiders. but I didn't necessarily need to see any wins. But the way they were playing today, I
They
said,
should have
if
won.
you're going to win a fucking game, it better be this game. And it should have been this game. And it could have been this game, but woulda, coulda, shoulda didn't fucking happen. So I'm
Just
so
like
mad at that.
just like we talked about, it should have been dead ball, false start. People were moving. It's not an illegal formation. I don't know where they got that from. I think they're just digging, getting together like, okay, we can figure out what's going to help the Chiefs the best way. So this is what we're going to call.
Thank you. Yep. And I can almost guarantee you that when we do the Wednesday show, NFL Nation Live, with a retired NFL official, he will say the same fucking thing. It's not.
Yes.
It was when Jerome Boger fucked us into playoffs in Cincinnati a couple years
Yes.
ago.
21 and 21.
It was so obvious that they were pulling on shit so that they can get the right fucking call to fuck us over. Because if you listened for the whistle on the replay,
There was a whistle.
there was a whistle. And the play was dead. And like I said, it's stuff like this, when the officials concoct shit, it really pisses me off. Anything else you want to nitpick on, buddy? So
no.
you got it.
Oh no, you covered everything. Ken hit everything just like you said, right on the nose. It was great listening to him. Seems like a great guy, very knowledgeable. It's awesome.
Yeah, I actually remember the first time I met Ken Thompson was at Raider Fan Convention in Phoenix several years ago, and Ken came out because I was dressed out, and Ken's he's not retired Navy, but he's former Navy. He was in the Navy, and we had that Navy connection going, and he was a journalist in the Navy, which means he was in the field, which got him his
Yes.
start into the radio industry, and it's been wonderful. I've met folks at the right time, that I got a chance to mesh with Ref Guru. I met him in Indianapolis, and he was the one saying, "Hey, I got a show with Violator," and it was a year later that I got a chance to do the show with them. But you meet people at the right time, and you make the connections, and it's nice, or it's kismet, that when you can make things happen. Like I said, I am an accredited sports journalist because I have the training with the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I just haven't been on air, other than I was on air for AFM, Armed Forces Network, down in Gitmo. So I am a professional. I just haven't been a professional here in the States, unfortunately. But maybe one of these days I will. But hey, brother, you have fun at your party. I don't want your wife
Yes,
and
sir.
daughters mad at me.
See,
saying
my wife
that,
says hello.
All right, tell her to pop in on camera. She's the best portion of
Okay.
that show.
She's headed over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and she can't say I don't look good, because I know she looks good because she's going to the party. There she is. All right.
Said you're the best part of the show.
That's it. The beauty of our lives, and we're the beasts.
Yeah, exactly. The beauty, and we are the
That's
beast.
it. Thank you. Hey, party, you guys have a great show, great party, and I will be back again for a show on Sunday.
Okay.
And like I said, inshallah, God willing, I'll cover all bases here. As long as I'm living and breathing, I'll do a show on Sunday, and we'll talk more about the crap we've had to endure. Fuck the Chiefs, fuck the Smugs, fuck the refs. I'll just
Yes, I agree 100%. It was a pleasure, Captain, as always. And I will talk to you soon.
You take care.
You too. God
Yep,
bless.
and
her.
remember, tell the wife what she owes. You know what she owes.
Yes, I
You
will
got
let her
it.
know.
Be well.
All right, Captain. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Reminder. There you go. All right. Thanks again, shipmate. All right. That is my boy, the Raider. Great guy. And I'm glad I got a chance to. I'm glad I got a chance. I had Ken Thompson on. I had the Raidler on. And yes, Jay was here. So I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm trying to take care of myself. And here, this is the best comment that I can show you. My buddy Robert Bigler, and Rob, I was looking for you in my phone. I hope you got my message. Thought we were going to lose that one. Rob, I'm not. I can honestly say that again, the NFL referee corps of Patrick Mahomes, and I don't know. I'm sure you've seen the videos where they have the guy that sounds like Chris Collinsworth and the guy that sounds like Al Michaels on doing the play-by-play of the video, and it's like, oh, the great Mahomes, and it's sickening, and I know it's fucking sickening how Kansas City just gets the fucking calls, and they shouldn't have gotten the call. It was fucking illegal procedure, dead ball foul, back them up 5 yards, and kick the fucking field goal. But no. Bullshit. And I appreciate you popping in. I do. I appreciate you popping in. I thought you were going to lose that one as well. And it would have been so satisfying. So satisfying. The only good thing about that, actually two good things, is it shows that Kansas City, in my estimation, has no right to be called the best team in football. Yes, it's acerbic. I'm spitting, a python. I'm spitting python hate snake stuff. No, well, no, I don't think it was 56 at that point. But still, I'll take Carlson to finally redeem himself. And if he didn't, fine. If he didn't, fine. But he should have been allowed the chance. And they took the chance away. And Carlson is normally like a 90-something% kicker. Carlson missed one. It was 50 before. Okay, well, fine. 50, but still. Carlson divoted one, or that probably would have went through. He was wide left. And he hit one. He was wide left. He was short. It could have been that other one if he was from 56. It was short. I don't know how short he was. I never saw where it went down. He was short. But yeah, I'll take Carlson getting one of those. And if not, still, it was the refs coming out to, like I said, help the great Mahomes. I'm sure you've seen the videos. It's sickening. It's sickening. They conspired. They got together. How can we fuck the Raiders so that the game is over? It's sickening. I will, and I admit this. I will say this now. I admit it. Richie Riche gave me the Canadian whiskey. And I said, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for a great occasion. I know what I'm going to open it for. You would have had a chance to try to make it, and I've seen the videos. Thank you. They are. They're funny as hell because it's true. It's true. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. But I will open that Canadian maple syrup whiskey when the Chiefs are out of the Super Bowl. Because I'm letting you guys know, I admit it, if the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl, they're going to win. Because it's scripted. It's the Taylor Swift scripting. Yes, an illegal procedure is a dead ball foul. Yes. If you have illegal procedure, it's dead ball. and they'll stop the clock, and then they'll start it immediately. That's what it is. They'll stop the clock because remember the Raiders don't have any timeouts. They'll stop the clock as a dead ball, and then they start it immediately. And they had 11 seconds, if I remember correctly. So you start it on and said we're gonna say go. Oh fuck! I'm sorry. I saw the spinning circles of death again. But it's dead ball. It would have been third down, but they would have had a chance to kick the ball. That's why it's a fucked up thing that they did. So, and tell your aunt I said hi, and hopefully she get. And I have what was it? I have Miss what was it? The young lady. There you go, Sylvia Marie from Fresno is gonna hopefully try to send me some apple dumplings. Hopefully she's still here. Apple dumplings. But tell your aunt if she can. The chocolate chip cookies are wonderful. Hopefully I can. No. They were moving. They were moving, and he hiked it when they were moving, which makes it illegal procedure. They were moving on the illegal procedure, not because he hiked it. Hey, Biggs, you know about the Wednesday show. Pop in on the NFL Nation Live show. Pop in on the NFL Nation Live show. We'll talk about it. And if I'm wrong, Ref Guru will tell me, because you know that he will tell you whether I'm full of shit or that the call was full of shit. And for those that do not know, he even said that the Broncos touchdown, the guy's foot was out of bounds and he was juggling. The last Broncos touchdown from the last game, other than today, the guy's foot was out of bounds. That was a bad fuck you call that the officials made. He stated that the Ritter fumble off the throw was to a point that, yes, sometimes they will call it a forward pass like the tuck rule bullshit, or they will say it was a fumble. He said that they called it correctly in his mind. So he said, Cap, no, it wasn't as definitive, so it was a fumble. I can live with it. So like I said, he'll say yay, nay, or otherwise, but he's going to call it the way an official should call it. And yeah, I appreciate that. And as Ruben, good to see you, Ruben. I haven't seen Ruben in a while. The wide receivers were not set. Flag goes up, illegal procedure. Then the ball snapped, and then it becomes a different penalty because they conspired. They got together to figure out a fucking penalty to fuck the Raiders. And Jay, good night to you as well. My gal, Jay from South Carolina. Thank you for popping in. Can't wait to see you. Hopefully sometime as well. I'd go to South Carolina. It's getting cold though. It actually was cold in here in Florida. So I'm gonna have to try to wait to figure out when I'm gonna go up. It was cold in Vegas. Getting cold. Gonna be cold the next time out. And Asylum is here. And Asylum, you were there, weren't you? Asylum was there. Yeah, they do. They always find a way. But if you want to come into the show and hit the link, I'm going to put the link up one more time. I'll keep it at a 2-hour show. We're at 1 hour 35 right now. And the reason why is because if it's a 2-hour show, I can air it again. So if I need a show, I can air this again. Oh, Asylum wasn't there. He was in New York City. Okay, New York City. You know, like the old was it what? It was a commercial for Pace Salsa. That's right, Pace Salsa. New York City. Yeah. But yeah, Asylum. He was in Asylum was in New York City. Again, for those that don't know, the Cage Match is a show on YouTube. The Cage Match. It's Asylum. It's Oaktown Raider Savage is there. It's on Wednesdays. So after the show, the NFL Nation Live show, after or about the same time as Wild Wild West show, there's the Cage Match show. Please go over and watch. I can honestly say, and yes, I'm going to be biased. I can honestly say if you watch NFL Nation Live, Wild Wild West, and the Cage Match show, you don't need to watch any other bullshit show pretending to be a Raider show. Just going to leave it out there. Just going to leave it out there. Unless Twan has a show, and Twan has good shows. Yeah, barbecue sauce. Anyway, how about Georgia getting rammed by? Yes, I'm watching that now. Yeah, it's after the Wild. Yeah, the Cage Match show is after the Wild Wild West show. It's after the Wild Wild West show. So good. You can watch NFL Nation Live, then you watch the Wild Wild West show, and then you can watch Cage Match. You don't need to watch. Twan, do you have a show on Wednesday? If you have a show on Wednesday, I will add Twan's show to that. Seriously, I will add Twan's show to that. But I don't know of any other show that's worthwhile. That's a Raider show, other than the shows I'm talking about. And if you want to hit up the show, did I put the link up? Yeah, come into the show, hit the link. We got about 20 minutes. Got about 20 minutes. Hey, and thank you there, Rob. I love your show because everyone is welcome, whether you're a Raiders fan or not. Thank you. If you're respectful and you're not ignorant. We had this talk the other day. I can't remember what that was. Was it Denver Broncos for Life was popping in? I'm talking to him. He's making comments, and I'm talking to him. But it's assholes, and I fucking said it. It's assholes like Big E Bronco that can bite the bottom from under my nads. Thank you there, Miss Sylvia. And Sylvia, like I said, please, if you can, email me. And with the what was it, the Apple Dump? I love that. Hey, Anna Diaz, permission to come aboard, please, for sure. And yeah, and so Sylvia says that, yeah, I wish no. I'll admit this. You're taint. Yeah. Suck from under. Suck from under. Okay, thank you. I thought there was a show. There you go. Twans, 2 for 1 Nation podcast, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific would be 8 o'clock Eastern. There's your other show. You got NFL Nation Live, Wild Wild West, the Cage Match, and 2 for 1 Nation podcast. That's Wednesdays. Come on in and talk. Sylvia, we were talking. I'm sorry. We were talking about people that are ignorant. I said, if you're ignorant, you can suck from under. And I apologize, sweetheart. Sometimes I get a little nasty. And I can say it. I'm not doing it to be now. I'm free. You said I can be. That's me. That's free. See, and even Biggs Noana, I feel like, yeah, over there, I'm like, yes. And Robert Bigler's been in this channel on screen in his room. That nasty red Chiefs room. And by the way, the Parks have been on screen too. They're my other really good friends. I got 3 really, the Robert Bigler and the Parks, and then my buddy Ray. who I used to work with here in Tampa. He's a big Chiefs fan, and he's cool too. But they're cool, and we can talk. And I hate your fucking team, and you hate my fucking team, but we're talking to each other. And Sylvia, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, I'm sorry, darling. I just wanted you to know. And please give me an email or a text. If you give me an email, I'll give you my real number, so you don't have to go through the Yahoo. Without any drugs to boot. And I'm lost on that one. We have a good time without any drugs, probably. And Ed Winchell's good people. I can't wait to hang out with Ed. So we got about a little less than 20 minutes. I'll keep it at 2 hours. Here know each other. People here know each other, and I hope that if you haven't hit the show, that obviously you're watching, which is good. Let me get on over to Instagram. Jeff Lang was saying, are they going to fire Josh? Are you talking about, Pierce? You mean Antonio, right? You mean Antonio Pierce, Jeff, because you're talking of Josh, Antonio Pierce. Are they going to fire him? I don't know. Jeff, I'm sorry. I don't know. If they have a coach, if they have a head coach that is a viable head coach that wants to come over to the Raiders, I think they would consider it. Antonio Pierce is probably going to stay if the team continues to play hard, but he's going to need to redo that staff. Ed says AP won't be fired till after the season and he's history. No, Robert, I disagree with this one. I hope Rob, go back on when this goes to the tape, go back and listen to what Ken Thompson, a Sports X Radio, a real sportscaster on a viable real radio program, Sports X Radio, Ken Thompson was on earlier. He's talking about Pierce's shortcomings. Shortcomings. It's true. Shortcomings. If you know you have a shortcoming and you continue to keep him on staff, no. He's a great guy. He's a great guy to inspire you. John Gruden was the same way. John Gruden is an inspirational, knock on wood if you're with me. And he gets everybody together. Gonna go together and we're gonna go through that wall. But his X's and O's and coaching decision making leaves it. No, he's not that guy. He doesn't. Now, granted, he doesn't have the experience, but he's getting the experience now, and he's not doing his best. Hey, you know what, Asylum? I don't agree. I don't agree. And I give you within our own division two coaches. Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh. Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh. And Harbaugh is turning it around in 1 year. He's turning it around in 1 year, and Payton took 2. Payton took 2 years. And yeah, you guys, Ed's talking with Asylum in the comments. That's fine, as long as you don't get into personal attacks. No personal attacks, please, because then it gets grade school. But no, Antonio Pierce, great guy, inspirational, but not a good X's and O's guy. You need another Dan Campbell out there because this style will be perfect for you guys. You also have better talent. Yeah, they do. Well, Rob, wait a second there, Rob. I think with the right guy today, right? I think with the right guy today, Raiders win that game. The right guy today, the Raiders win the game. Because then it fuck up at the end. Then there's different playing that's going on. No. And as Silence is Peyton, how long? But Peyton has the pedigree. Peyton has the pedigree. I'm not going to fucking waste 2 years of time with Antonio Pierce. No. I'm sorry. No. If you know it's fucking broke, fix it, Rob, but you know what? There's going to be that guy in the draft. If you fix the offensive line and have an OC that's worthwhile, and maybe it's Scott Turner. He didn't do bad today with his dad alongside. But yeah, Aiden O'Connell didn't do bad today, didn't he? And the offensive line actually opened up some holes. The Raiders had over, I don't remember the last time that the Raiders had over 100 yards rushing. I don't. Somebody look that up, please. Go through the stats and find out the last time the Raiders had over 100 yards rushing. They might have had some this year, but I don't remember it. And Bigler says we're going to get Cam Ward. You know what? Either Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, because we're going to be drafting that high. And I'm not a fan of Milroe. I like Jackson Dart. I like Dylan Gabriel. So if we don't get Cam Ward, if we don't get Shedeur Sanders, then personally, I would say I prefer Cam Ward because I don't like the bullshit you get with the Sanders family. AP beat Brady in Super Bowl week 14. The tearing down process begins at the top, head coach, and that's it. Ernest, thank you for joining the show, brother. Thank you for joining the show. And what is it? Brady's Revenge. And I think, Ed, when you're saying, like, if we get Sanders, it'd be like a shit show like Chicago. By the way, they were talking about quarterbacks that are going to be available as because you get your draft quarterback. You get your draft quarterback, and then you get your quarterback that you use to, tutor him. 3 quarterbacks came out that were going to be available, and this is the order that they said that it might be for the Raiders to get. Number 3 was Jameis Winston. Oh, but I can see that. Number 2 was Sam Darnold. I can see that too. And number 1 was the quarterback that used to play for the Bears that's playing in Pittsburgh right now. Can't remember his name. But the ex-Bears, now Steelers quarterback, that guy. And I agree. I'm sorry, wrong one. With Anna, I would much rather prefer Ward. Justin Fields, thank you. Ed says it. Matt Marinovich says it. Thank you, Justin Fields. You know who I was talking about. Sometimes I don't get the name. But Jameis Winston, Jameis Winston had the proverbial $1 million arm and the 5-cent head. Darnold is got more of the not as physically talented, but I think that he can run a system, providing the system is a good system. Okay, Rob, thank you. Yeah, see, this is why I ask. It seemed like it was longer. So the last time that we won a game, thank you, Rob Bigler. I love this. I ask and I receive. The last time we won a game, we had over 100 yards rushing against the Cleveland Browns. Thanks, Rob. It just didn't seem like we had that much rushing. And yeah, I agree with this, Asylum. Fields when it worked in the Getsy offense, but Getsy's not here. And what was it? They call him Gonzi? Gonzi on what? I love that, because I called him McFire. So they took my cue and they made like a name for him. Luke Gonzi. He ain't here. Getsy's gone. So you don't have to worry about a offensive coordinator that sucks. I can say it now that he's gone. He was to start the season, so how does that work? I'm not saying no. I'm saying now. Now. He's available now. Not at the beginning of the season, for next season. Thank you, Ernest. Okay. I appreciate you clarifying that. Yeah, I don't think AP has the chops. I don't think AP has the chops. Yes, you get experience. So when you get the experience, you can't have the experience until you get the experience. I get it. But Antonio Pierce's only, and tell me if I'm wrong here, he was a head coach at the high school level. He was a head coach at the high school level. He was the defensive coordinator in college. So he was college. He still wasn't, he was the defensive coordinator. He was a linebackers coach for us, and then he's now the head coach. Doesn't have the chops. And see, there you go. And Ernest says I'm correct. Thank you, Ernest. Sometimes I'm wrong. Oh, what do I always say? I once thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken. I like to say that. It's cute. But, I if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. And I get it, but if we have in the off season, we got $160 million? I think that some of that can be spent on offensive line and cornerback. Like we need a guard, need a tackle, need a cornerback. I think you can get that for 160. And then you still draft. I like what we have with JPJ at center. The kid was just irate, upset. You can see he was playing with heart. And what was it Glaze? And yeah, Robert Bigger says, Oscar, yeah, he was the high school head coach. Doesn't have the chops. Not Sierra Friera High School. I know that's a made-up high school, Sierra Friera. He's not the high. This is not high school. No, you're short. You can get to the goal line. Oh, it was first and goal. Okay, I thought it was like a 2-point play. So again, we're at 2 hours. I thank everybody for coming in. Thank you for popping. Share, and tell people we are here. Slambango Jones. That's my boy, Mark Jones, I believe. I believe that's Mark Jones. Thank you there. Long Beach Poly. Yeah. Interview was okay, but as the head coach, way too early, watching the future. Yes, yes. And I can see that, Ernest. It goes back to New York and you know, friggin', oh, I hate saying his name, but Kiffin is a decent head coach because he went from the Raiders, went to Alabama, then he went to Florida Atlantic. Now he's with Ole Miss. He's gotten better. Can't stand him. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining. Again, Lebster Gaming was there over on Instagram, and 84 Verawan was over there. And thank you from Anna, from me to you, Anna, from everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. I got to do some more cleaning up for the house, but I will have a new a party for the folks that are coming here to Vegas. So if you're coming to Vegas, or sorry, if you're coming here to Tampa, let me know. I'll put the invitation out. Take care, everybody. We'll see you.